And then a third thing that's like going to the hood at midnight, and this is going to surprise some of you, is baseline drives. And again, we're talking about smaller players playing against bigger defenders. When you're a smaller player, or even an average height player, there's not a lot of good stuff that can happen to you on the baseline. And there's a whole bunch of bad stuff that can happen to you on the baseline. First of all, the baseline is the manure strip. So all those bad things that we talked about that can happen to you in the manure strip can happen to you on the baseline. A little bump and you step out of bounds. You never want to be somewhere where a bump equals a turnover. Also, when you drive baseline against a good team, you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to be dribbling yourself right into a marriage, because that's what good teams practice. And that's like defense 101 to a good team. All the time they practice. Some guy goes baseline, somebody comes over and cuts off the baseline. So you're going to find yourself in a situation where, let's say you may be the littlest person on the court, and you go baseline, you're going to have your person on one side of you, your man on one side of you, you're going to have the baseline on the other side of you, and here comes the help defender. You're going to be dribbling yourself right into a marriage. Not a lot of good things that can happen to you down there. Also, against good teams, that little sneak pass, that little dish-off pass that point guards a lot of times try to sneak to their post player is going to disappear against good teams. You can get that sneaky pass against bad teams, but again, that's what good teams practice. Somebody goes baseline, somebody rotates to cut it over, the other three guys rotate to cut off the passing angle. So that little dish-off is probably going to disappear. It's not going to be there. You can't count on it being there. Also, the baseline is the easiest place in basketball to take a charge on somebody. Most charges in basketball are called along the baseline. Even defensive players that aren't very good at taking charges, a lot of times will draw charges on the baseline because they have no choice. When the offensive player comes baseline, he's got no room to maneuver. Again, he's got his man on one side of him, he's got the baseline on the other side of him. If he's going full speed, all that defender has to do is just stand there, and that's going to be an offensive foul. So there's a whole bunch of bad things that can happen to you if you're a smaller player or an average height player on the baseline. So you want to avoid that area. Attack the middle, hunt the paint. Some coaches say attack the elbow.